Hey, Barb. Where's all our friends?
No, they're missing out.
There's Heather. Heather's not gonna miss out.
Never.
Heather's no fool.
No, no. She's a smart woman.
Smart woman. What's up, Heather?
Hey, Katie. Hi, Barbara.
Hi, Heather.
We're just saying, where's all the pizza at?
I don't know.
You're missing advance, man. I'm gonna do some advanced stuff.
Wow,
Yes.
today's advanced. Woo!
Oof. Sounds hard. Okay.
I'm glad I went slow flow again last night. Now that prepared me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I
You
liked
did it.
that. That was fun.
The one outside?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I like me as just soft, slow flow.
It's a good
Oof,
week.
not bad. Especially in the evening, huh? Okay. Well, looks like we got one more. Who's in for the advanced practice today?
Hello.
Kelly,
Hi, Kelly.
Hello.
Kelly, are you somewhere else besides Utah? Or are you in Utah?
I am in Seattle,
Seattle.
Oh,
cool. Awesome. I thought you
which
were
is
somewhere
why
else.
I'm always wearing so much more clothing.
Oh, we have Seattle weather today, I feel like. It is.
Is it raining?
Yes, it's very gloomy. It was hailing for about, I don't know, 15 minutes maybe. It's been crazy weather lately, the last couple days. Okay. Well, any special requests? Anything you really want to do or don't want to do?
Low back and hips.
You want low back and hip stuff? Okay.
That'd be good. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Sound good. Barb probably wants a little bit of core in there, a little bit
yeah.
of extra special core for Barb. Okay, let's do this thing. So let's go ahead and just start on our backs, you guys. So I will just mute everybody in case anyone pops on and they're not muted. And as you come down onto your back, go ahead and just stretch a little bit, move a little bit, wiggle a little bit. So kind of feel into your body. And then eventually just let yourself relax in any position you want. So you could even come into Shavasana if you want to. And close your eyes. Or if you want to keep them open, just soften your gaze, lower your gaze. And feel your body on the ground, feel your weight on the ground, and just really let your body give in, let your body be held. And let's take 3 great big deep breaths together. So next time you inhale, fill up as big as you possibly can. See if you can feel your breath move all the way down into your pelvis. And then open mouth side to let it go. Ah. 2 more like that. Great big inhale, fill up. Maybe you take an extra little sip of air. See if you can get a little more and then open your mouth and release. Let it go. Ah. Last one. So biggest inhale you've taken all day. Pause. See if you can hold your breath a little bit longer this time. And again, maybe that extra little sip in at the top, teaspoon more. Open your mouth when you're ready. Release. Ah. Now start to cultivate enjoiiii breath. So seal your lips. Breath moves in and out through your nose with a gentle constriction in the back of your throat. So you're using the same muscles you use in the back of your throat when you whisper or when you hum or when you gasp. So see if you can start to feel that little constriction and create that sound like a whisper noise or like an ocean wave. And as you connect to your breath, let's start a little bit of movement. So just draw your knees in, hug your knees in gently, and rock side to side. Give your low back a little massage. And then extend, set your left foot on the ground with your knee bent, extend your right leg straight up, flex your toes back. So see if you can even get your little baby pinky toe to flex back. And then we're moving into a supine pigeon. So outer right ankle, top of your left thigh. Don't lift your left foot. So keep your left foot on the ground, tee out your arms or cactus your arms, and then keep pressing your right knee forward as you let your legs kind of fall to the left. So right knee keeps pressing forward and away from your upper body. It's like you're in a pigeon, a supine pigeon, but we are just adding a little twist. So you're still working the opening in your right hip. And if you want, you could even take your left hand to the inside of your right thigh and kind of press forward. Flexion through your right toes. Take a couple more breaths. And then lift your legs back to center. Now, if you want to, lift your left foot up and grab hold behind your left thigh, or maybe even in front of your left shin. And take about 3 deep breaths, just right here in your supine pigeon. Keep the flexion in your right toes. If you're pulling in with your arms, find a little bit of resistance with your legs. So press away with your legs. Good. And then if you have your left foot lifted, set it down. Extend your right leg back up one more time. Imagine you're stomping your foot on the ceiling. So press through your heel, flex through your toes. See if you can feel your right quad muscle engaged. Take one more big inhale. Exhale, set your right foot down, knee bent. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. So left leg straight up, flexion through your toes, even your little baby pinky toe. Figure 4, outer left ankle, top of right thigh. And moving into our twist first. So keep pressing your left knee forward and away. Let your legs fall over to the right. Left arm can extend out to the left or cactus position with your left arm. So left knee is not falling up towards your upper body, collapsing. It's pressing away. So if you want to use your right hand, bring it inside your left thigh and kind of push forward. You're welcome to. Keep the strong flexion through your left toes. Keep breathing. You might gaze over your left shoulder. Good job, you guys. Come back up. So lift your legs back up. And now if you want to, right foot lifts up, grab hold behind your right thigh or in front of your right shin. And just be here for about 3 or 4 breaths. Maybe rock side to side a little bit. See if you can keep a neutral spine rather than rounding your back. Keep your face nice and soft. Take one more deep breath. If your right foot is lifted, set it down. Extend your left leg up one more time. Flex your toes. Press through your heel. Left quad, if you can, get it to fire. Get it to squeeze. Take one more in-breath. Exhale, left foot down. Just for a moment, bring your feet together. Open your knees wide. And you can either just rest here for a moment, let gravity do the work, or if it would feel good, just ever so gently flutter your knees up and down a few times. If this hurts your low back, slide your feet further away from your upper body. Breathe down into your hips and your groin. See if you can press down through the backs of your ribs. So if your back ribs are lifting, press through the back of your ribs a little bit more. So you're finding a more neutral spine as you allow your hips to open. Take one more or maybe 2 more deep breaths here. We'll meet on our hands and our knees, friends. So you can get there your own way or invitation to lift your knees back to center, hug them in, little rock side to side, and then eventually a few rocks forward and back. So rock and roll along your spine, little engagement through your core, and eventually we'll just rock up, cross our ankles, roll over our feet, and come forward to hands and knees. You can crawl back a little bit so you're nice and centered. And then once you're on hands and knees, let's take about 5 rounds of cat-cows. So inhale to arch, exhale to round. Slowly and intentionally move with your breath. Hey, Marlia, welcome. And let's finish off, so maybe 1 or 2 more. Then just coming back into a neutral spine position, regular tabletop position. We'll move into a thread the needle with our right arm. So take your right arm out to the right, reach it all the way up to the sky, breathe in. Exhale, thread your right arm through. About 3 deep breaths on this side. Work the pose in any way you want to. Left hand on the ground if it happens to be lifted. Unthread your right arm, reach it out and up. And then exhale, bring your right hand down. Come down to your forearms. We're going to move into a dolphin pose. So if it helps, you can grab opposite elbows. That's how far apart you want your elbows. Forearms parallel, palms face down, fingers spread wide. Try to press through your thumbs, index fingers, and inner wrists. Now, relax your neck. Push through your forearms. So feel your strong shoulders. And then lift your hips up when you're ready. So tuck your toes and lift your knees, lift your hips. Keep your hips as high as possible. So walk your toes as close as you can to your elbows. And don't let your elbows drift apart. Relax your neck, press your heart, your chest back. And breathe deeply. Press down through your forearms, press down through your inner wrists, thumbs, index fingers. Last couple rounds. Bottom of your next exhale, set your knees down, embryo pose. So I like my knees nice and wide as I sit back, and you can just reach back, either grabbing hold of your heels or just let your palms face the sky and let your hands rest down. So shoulders are relaxed and soft. For a moment, we'll move into a down dog just to stretch. So as you're ready, rise up and take it back to down dog. Maybe give your head a little shake, maybe pedal out your heels. So lots of length through your spine and your side bodies. Maybe you really want to work the length in the backs of your legs. So you choose what feels good here. Take just 1 more big deep breath into your down dog. And then come back down into a tabletop. Move into thread the needle with your left arm. So left arm out and up, breathe in. And then thread it through as you exhale. Few deep breaths, about 3 or 4. Any way you want to explore on this side. And if you do have your right hand lifted, set it back down. Inhale, unthread your left arm, reach it out and up. Exhale, set your left hand down, and we'll move into 1 more dolphin pose. So come down to forearms. Try, so if you need to tripod your hands, that's totally fine. It will be less intense, and it will be less strength work for your shoulders. So if you want more intensity, more strength work, parallel with your forearms. Press down through your palms, and especially press your thumbs and index. Relax your neck. In your own time, come into your dolphin. So lift your hips as high as you can. Maybe you're up on your tiptoes. Maybe your knees are bending a lot. That's totally fine. If you want to, you can explore lifting your legs, 1 leg, then the other, or even taking hops. If you're holding, focus on pressing your heart back and lifting your hips up. Really strong through your shoulder girdle. Hug in with your upper arms. Press down through your forearms, inner wrists, thumbs, and index. Last couple breaths. Good job. Bottom of your next exhale, knees down. And again, sit back into an embryo pose just for a couple of rounds. So sit back and rest. And then rise up to a hero's pose. So just a seated kneeling position. And if seated kneeling position does not work for you, for whatever reason, your knees or whatever, just sit however you want to, no big deal. We're gonna do a little bit of neck work for a moment. So arms down by your sides, sit up tall. And let your right ear fall towards your right shoulder, just gently. So make sure you're not shrugging your shoulders up, keep your shoulders relaxed, right ear towards right shoulder. And only if you want to, you can take your right hand to the left side of your head, right above your left ear, and just apply the slightest little bit of pressure. So hand presses into your head, but at the same time, press your head back up into your hand. And if you'd like, you can reach your left fingertips out to the left, down towards the ground. So just long line from your left ear all the way down to your fingertips. Breathe. And if you want to, final option, you can bring your left forearm behind your low back, across your low back. Take about 2 or 3 more breaths into the side of your neck. And you can explore lifting your chin a little bit or lowering your chin a little bit. Just notice how that feels. Everything is gentle when we work with the neck. If you are doing anything with your arms, let your arms relax down to your sides. And then once your arms are relaxed down, roll your chin to your chest. So roll your head forward. And then just draw little miniature smiley faces with the crown of your head. So taking your chin just kind of side to side. Breathe into the back of your neck as you keep your spine nice and long. And then eventually roll your left ear over towards your left shoulder. We'll be right here for a few deep breaths. Same options as applied on the other side. So you might take your left hand up to the side of your head above your right ear. You might reach your right arm out or right forearm behind your back. So anywhere you want to go on this side. Make sure your breath is there, spine as long as possible, sit up tall and keep your shoulders down. So don't shrug your shoulders up if at all possible. Breathe. Spacious breaths. Good job. If you're doing anything with your arms, let your arms relax down. And then once again, chin to chest. Little baby smiley faces. If you want, you can turn these little side to side movements into big full circles, but just make sure you're really careful as you take your head back. So you're extending back, not just collapsing your head back. And then after a few in one direction, go the other direction. Good. Eventually, my friends, will just come back to neutral. So stack your head right on top of your spine. Come forward to hands and knees. And take it all the way back, downward facing dog. All right, enjoiiii breath, walk it out in your down dog. You were in a kneeling position that whole time. You might feel some sensations in your legs. You might feel some kind of pins and needles even coming back to life there. So just notice. Take one more big inhale in your dog pose. Exhale, look to the top of your mat. Forward fold, however you want to get there. Once you've arrived, find your halfway lift position, lengthen. And exhale, fold it in. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, lengthen, stick your butt out, reach the top of your head forward, side bodies elongate. Exhale, fold. And then let's take it all the way up. Arms to the sky as you breathe in. Now exhaling at my house. Exhale, hands to heart. All right, arms to the sky. Inhale. Slow dive. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back. Let's take a vinyasa. So make it your own. Meet back in down dog. If you want to skip it, of course, that's always your option. All right, from down dog, right leg to the sky, inhale. Exhale, right knee, left elbow. Use your strong core. Inhale, back up, three-legged. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Inhale, back up. And then this time we're gonna step through. So exhale, soft as possible, step forward. Take it up to crescent lunge. So feel your strong foundation in your legs. Front hip draws back, back hip draws forward. Little tone in your low, deep abdominals. Lift your heart. Reach up, maybe even gaze up. So your expression of this pose, whatever it feels like in your body, feel into that. Breathe into that. Notice. Take one more inhale. Then as you exhale, let's take a twist. Left arm forward, right arm back. Bend your back knee to a hover or bring your back knee to the ground to modify. If your back knee is hovering, imagine you're trying to drag your back thigh forward. Pull your front hip back energetically. Broaden your shoulders. Reach through your fingertips. One more breath. Inhale, center, arms to the sky, crescent lunge. Exhale, hands to the earth. All right, we're gonna move into a balancing half moon pose. So walk your hands forward, float your back leg up, and then left hand to left hip, open your hips. So squeeze through your outer right butt cheek and see if you can get your left hip to stack on top of right. Left leg stays strong and powerful behind you. Maybe left arm to the sky. So heart is open, shoulders are open, hips are open. Left leg strong and powerful. One more round, maybe lift a little higher. And then we're gonna land in a warrior two. Bend your front knee and step your left foot back. Yes. If it didn't happen really perfectly and gracefully, no big deal. You can look down at your feet, adjust as needed. And just settle in, warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2. So back foot parallel to the back edge of your mat. Right knee is tracking open towards your pinky toe. Next inhalation, side angle, reach forward, reach, and then tip it over. So right elbow might come to right thigh, or maybe right hand to a block or the ground. Left arm can reach straight up, or sometimes I like to reach my left arm forward. So you choose. Keep your heart open, keep your hips open, keep your back foot strong, back leg strong. Keep wrapping your front butt cheek underneath your body. Take about 2 or 3 more deep breaths. Good job, you guys. All right, from the press of your feet, come back up to your warrior two, and we'll take it back reverse. So reach up and back, lengthening your right side body. Keep the deep bend in your right knee. Lift your right rib cage up away from your right hip and breathe into that space. Yes, one more big inhale, soft face, soft jaw. Back to warrior two. Straighten your front leg now. Parallel your feet so all of your toes face the long edge of your mat. Take your arms up, inhale. And then exhale, dive down into your wide-legged fold. So anywhere you want to go here for a few deep breaths. Anything that your body is calling for. Good job, guys. Take about 2 more rounds. All right, let's meet in a halfway lift. So bend your knees as much as you need to. Bring your hands or fingertips to the ground. Walk your hands to the top of your yoga mat. Back to low lunge. So from your low lunge, back knee comes down gently, and then unthread your right leg. So right leg reaches back. You're in a three-legged tabletop position. From your three-legged tabletop, we'll move into a modified side plank. So pivot on your left knee, and then right arm reaches up, open up. Stay right here, or maybe your right arm reaches forward, lengthen your right side body. Final option only if you want to take it, bend your right knee, reach back, grab hold of your foot. Once you've got it, gentle leverage. So gently kick, foot into hand, pull hand back into foot. Try not to kick your foot up, but kick your foot back. Let your heart look up, let the front of your hips open. Big full body breath, one last round. Good job, let it go. Hands and knees, tabletop. And then from your hands and your knees, step your feet back, plank pose. Inhale at the top of your push-up, push the ground away. Exhale, come all the way down to your belly slowly. Once you're on your belly, we're going to move into a shoulder pigeon with our right arm. So right arm extends straight out to the right, palm face down, and then roll up onto your right side. So your gaze will be to the left as you roll up onto your right side body. You can go anywhere you want to go here. So I'm just bringing my left foot kind of back behind me like a little kickstand. Some people like to take a quad stretch. Some people, or sometimes I even like to take hand to big toe. So grab your left big toe and extend your left leg straight up. But your first priority here is your right shoulder. So make sure you're feeling that opening, that stretch in the front of your right shoulder, and your head can relax down. Then big, intentional, spacious breaths. Take about 4 more. Soft forehead, eyebrow. All right, ease your way, end of your next exhale, ease your way back onto your belly. And for just a moment, turn your head the other way. And do whatever feels good with your arms. Either just shimmy your hips, rock your hips side to side, or windshield wiper your shins. Breathe down into your low back. And in your next couple breaths, friends, downward facing dog. Walk it out in your down dog. Ujjayi breath, reconnect, recommit. All right, left leg to the sky, inhale. Exhale, left knee, right elbow. Inhale, back up. Left to left, exhale, get as high as you can on left arm. Inhale, back up. And then this time we'll step it through. So curl in, hollow out, step forward. Crescent lunge, take your time to rise. So stability through your legs. And then create and feel into your own unique expression through your upper body. So that doesn't mean you need to do anything super crazy or super different, but just feel into what do you want to invite in today? Softness, sweetness, or maybe more power, maybe more energy. Take one more big inhale into your crescent. Then exhale, we'll add the twist. Right arm forward, left arm back knee bends to a hover, or back knee could come down for a little less intensity. Whole front hip back, and imagine you're trying to drag your back thigh forward, broaden through your shoulders, reach through your fingertips. Maybe even gaze back over your left hand, last breath. Inhale back to crescent lunge, reach up. And exhale, bring your hands to the ground. All right. Trying to remember where we went after. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, moving into half moon. So walk your hands forward, and then we'll start to peel our hips open. So spine is nice and long, left hand on the ground or a block, right hand to right hip. Squeeze your outer left butt cheek. So it's like you're trying to wrap your left butt cheek underneath you, right hip stacks on top, right leg is strong, maybe your right arm extends up. Couple more rounds. Press with your back foot. Open through the front of your heart, front of your shoulders, front of your hips. Last huge breath, maybe lift your back leg a little higher. And then we'll land in a warrior two stance. So step back and take a moment to look down at your feet, maybe and adjust, settle into your warrior two. All right, moving into side angle. Reach forward, reach, and then tip it over. So keep everything open, keep your hips open, keep your heart open. Any variation you want to take on this side, more than welcome. Big deep breaths. Keep pressing through your back foot. Imagine your back thigh. It's like an anaconda. It's squeezing around your femur bone. Make it strong. Last round. From the press of your feet, inhale, come up through your warrior two and take it back to reverse. So lengthening through your left side. Keep the deep bend in your left knee. Keep tracking it towards your pinky toe. Breathe into your left waistline. Create more space and length there. One last inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Straighten front leg, parallel your feet. Arms reach up, breathe in. And then exhale, takes you down, wide-legged forward fold. Or anywhere else you want to go from here. If you want to explore with Skandasana or a twist or hands behind your back, interlace fingers, you do you. Just stay in your body. Notice whatever there is to notice. Feel whatever there is to feel. Last couple rounds. Halfway lift. Fingertips on the ground or hands on the ground. Bend your knees as needed. Walk your hands forward. Rotate your toes forward. Low lunge. Back knee down gently. Three-legged tabletop. So unthread your left leg, take it back behind you, and then pivot on your right knee. Right foot comes out to the side of your mat like a little kickstand. Open up, modified side plank. If you take a moment, kind of adjust anything, always please do as you need for your body. So open through the front of your hips, front of your heart. Maybe even take your left arm forward and lengthen. Final option, only if you want. Add the half bow variation. So bend your left knee, reach back and grab hold. Gentle leverage to work the pose. Open through the front of your heart. Breathe down into your belly. Spread your toes even as you hold your foot in your hand. Last big deep breath. And then let's release, nice and easy. Back to hands and knees. Tabletop. And then from your tabletop, downward facing dog. Inhale, rock forward to high plank. And then lower all the way to your belly. Exhale slowly. Moving into a shoulder pigeon with our left arm. So left arm out, palm faces the ground, roll onto your left side. Head is relaxed on either the ground, a block, a pillow, sweatshirt, blanket. And then if there's any variation you want to take here, go for it. About 5 to 7 more rounds. About 2 more big deep breaths. And then ease your way back onto your belly. Turn your head the other way for a moment and do whatever feels good with your arms, totally up to you. Either rock your hips a little bit or windshield wiper your shins a few times. And then we're gonna take a belly back bend here. So eventually turn your forehead towards the ground, bring your arms down by your sides, bring your legs together. Exhale all your air out. And as you breathe in, lift everything up that you can, locust pose. You can stay here or option to interlace fingers or even take your full floor bow. So your choice, wherever you go, inner thighs hug in. Use your mid and upper back strength as much as possible to lift through your heart. Back of your neck stays long, gaze is slightly down, active through your toes. One more huge breath, lift, lift, lift. And release. Again, whatever feels good. Rock your hips, windshield wiper your shins. And then in your next 3 to 5 rounds, find your way back to downward facing dog. Great big inhale into your down dog. Exhale, gaze forward, however you want to get there, feet to the top of your yoga mat. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, bow and fold. Take it all the way to stand, big full body stretch at the top, inhale. Hands to heart, exhale. All right, inhale, arms to the sky. Root down into your right foot, lift your left knee, standing staff. We're going to move into eagle pose, starting with just our legs. So as you're ready, sit back and cross left knee on top of right. Weight is in your right heel. If you can get the wrap of your toes around your calf, awesome. If not, no big deal. Keep your left foot active and squeeze through the tops of your thighs. Take one more inhale to reach up high. As you exhale, left elbow underneath right, wrap your arms together. If it's too much, you can grab the backs of your shoulders instead. See if you can lift your elbows up and away from your body as you sit a little lower. Squeeze through your thighs, tops of your legs. Breathe, slow, steady. Little tone in your belly, draw your belly button back towards your spine. Take about 2 more deep breaths. We're going to come into standing staff pose. Unwind your arms, unwind your legs, left knee lifts. If you want, extend your left leg forward, take a big inhale. Slow motion, low lunge. So moving slowly and intentionally, fingertips and toes touch at the same time if at all possible. From low lunge, 3-legged down dog, right leg to the sky, open your hip up this time. An option if you want to flip your doggy. Right foot comes down, right arm forward, heart forward, lift your hips. Breathe, big spacious, powerful breaths, last round. Come back, regular down dog, walk it out in your dog pose. You can keep walking it out a little bit longer, or if you'd like to, you can move through a vinyasa, come forward to plank. On an exhale, chaturanga. Heart lifts, breathe in. Hips lift, breathe out. Inhale, everyone, down dog. Exhale, gaze forward, feet to the top of your yoga mat. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, lengthen. Exhale, let it go. Take it all the way up. Press through your feet, rise, arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart. All right, one more time on the left side. So left foot roots down, arms reach up, right knee floats up. Standing staff. So right knee is lifted, right foot is active, find your balance. Moving into eagle legs, first take one more in-breath. Exhale, sit back. Right knee crosses on top. Maybe you get that second wrap, maybe not, no big deal. One more inhale to reach up. Lengthen through your side bodies. Right under left as you exhale. Wrap your arms together. Or grab hold of the backs of your shoulders, totally fine. Lift your elbows up and away and feel the space in between your shoulder blades. Breathe into it. Squeeze your inner thighs, squeeze through your upper legs. Right foot stays active if you're not wrapped. Weight is primarily in your left heel. Last couple of breaths. Good job. If at all possible, stay balanced, standing staff. So reach up, right knee lifts or right leg extends. Big inhale. Slowly, intentionally, low lunge. From low lunge, three-legged down dog, open your left hip. Stay or flip it. Left foot comes down, open through your front body. Breathe into your front body. Strong through your back body, last big breath. Regular down dog. Walk it out. And you can either move through a vinyasa, end up in child's pose, or just set your knees down and come into a child's pose. Take a moment, just reconnect, recalibrate, notice whatever is flowing through, whatever you feel in your body, physically, energetically, even emotionally. Rise up, hands and knees. And we'll come into a seated position. So we're gonna take double pigeon, fire log pose. Right shin stacks on top of left. So your shins are stacked like so. So your outer ankle is at your inner knee. Lots of times people like to do this. And this is like completely different. You're not getting at all the same thing in your hips. So this is what we're going for. Flexion through your toes, outer ankle on the top of your inner knee. And if, when you do that, it looks like this, that's what your top knee looks like, totally fine. If you would rather, you're welcome to bring your foot to the ground and just be here instead. Otherwise, stay here, breathe here. If your knee is level with your hip or lower than your hip, reach your butt back and fold forward. Flexion through your toes. Pull your right butt cheek back, especially as you fold forward. And breathe. Take about 5 more deep breaths. And then if you are in a forward fold variation, slowly bottom of your next exhalation, roll it up. From wherever you are at, uncross your legs and just extend them forward in front of you for a moment, shake them out. And then feet on the ground with knees bent, nice and wide. Hands at your heart or arms can just reach out to your sides, but I want you to windshield wiper without your hands behind you. Really focus on this inner knee going down, getting your inner knee all the way to the ground. Feel into the mobility of your hips. Use your breath. Good job. All right, back to center. Invitation to take reverse tabletop. So feet, hips width distance apart, and then heels pretty much underneath your knees, maybe just slightly forward of your knees. Hands behind you, fingers face towards your hips. Roll your shoulders back and down, puff up through your chest. Press down through your heels and the inner edges of your feet. Lift your hips up. Don't let your shoulders roll forward. Hug in with your inner thighs. If you want, you can extend back through your neck, or you can just be a little more conservative with your neck and tuck chin towards chest, like you're holding an apple in between your chin and your chest. Press down through thumbs and index. Hug in with inner thighs. Take one more big inhale, lift. And let it go. All right, other side, double pigeon, fire log pose. So this time, left on top of right. Either fire log like this, outer ankle, inner knee, or you could do more of this, so foot on the ground if it's too much. And if your knee is all the way up here, again, remember, you don't need to fold forward. You're just working to get tall and get your knee down. If your knee is level with or lower than your hip, keep the flexion in your toes, reach your butt back. So we're not trying to round and get our heads to the ground. We're trying to lengthen and get our hearts past our shin. Get our heart past our shins. Keep the strong flexion in your toes and take big intentional breaths. And if you're folding forward, pull your left butt cheek back as much as you can. Take about 4 more deep breaths. Last couple of rounds. Exhale out your mouth if you'd like. You're in a forward fold. Bottom of your next exhale, slowly roll it up. And then from wherever you're at, extend your legs forward, give them that little shaky shake. And then invitation to do the same thing as before. Those windshield wipers without your hands on the ground. Or if you want to, you can play with taking your legs all the way back. Kind of like this is what I call box pigeon. Bringing them forward, taking them all the way to the other side. Bringing them forward, taking them all the way into your box pigeon. Wow. Use your core. Use the mobility of your hips. So you can stick with the windshield wiper variation if you'd rather. A couple more rounds. Use your breath. And then finish the round you're on. Bring your legs forward. Invitation for another reverse tabletop, or this time, if you want a little more intense, reverse plank. Extend your legs, zip them together. Hands behind you. Spread your fingers, press your thumbs and index, roll your shoulders back and down, puff up your chest. Stay here or press through your heels, lift your hips. Don't let your shoulders roll forward, squeeze through your inner thighs. Press your thumbs and index. Breathe. You can extend back through your neck or hold that invisible apple in between your chin and your chest. One more inhale, lift, lift, lift. Let it go. All the way down onto your back. Hug your knees in, rock it out. Good job, you guys. Give your knees a big squeeze. So see if you can even wrap your forearms around your shins. Maybe your head lifts up. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then let's take a happy baby pose. Grab hold of your feet. Hold down with your arms, press up through your heels. If you want to extend one or both legs or explore in any way, go for it. And then to finish off your own practice, first let's take a supine spinal twist of choice, about 3 to 5 rounds on each side. So any supine twist you want to take, you can go to either side first, 3 to 5 deep breaths. Switch to the other side, slowly, mindfully. When you're done with your spinal twist on both sides, find your way into an inversion of your choice for about 5 to 10 breaths. It could be something more restorative, more relaxing, or something more challenging. Totally up to you. Maybe you do a couple different inversions. Absolutely no hurry. When you feel complete with your inversion, if there are any other finishing poses, any other last movements, stretches you want to take, go ahead and move through them. Eventually, friends, to start transitioning into your final relaxation. No rush. Just a thought as you slowly find your way into your Shavasana. It just says, our ability to be with pain expands our ability to feel joy. And our ability to feel joy opens our capacity to hold pain. So unfortunately, life, it's just impossible to go through our entire lives without anything bad happening, without anything difficult happening, without any challenges, without any pain, without any loss. And even though we try to avoid it, we don't like it when it happens. It is just the reality of this human experience. It's part of this human experience, and it's really not necessarily intended to be bad or good. It's just part of this experience. So if we can start to open up to our pain just as much as we allow ourselves to open up to joy, really, we just expand our capacity as human beings to hold life. So rather than going through life fearfully, just afraid of everything going wrong and afraid of anything bad that could happen, instead, we're approaching life from this place of, I have the capacity to hold it all. I have the capacity to move through anything that comes my way. And it might be hard, it might be painful, but I know on the other side is freedom and beauty and joy. So that's this human experience. Just feel into that, every part of you, all the aliveness inside of you for these last few moments. Not just what feels good, but also what feels maybe dark or uncomfortable. And getting curious about allowing it all just to be neutral. Letting go of judgment. Shavasana. Take a deep breath in. And let it go. And just start to slowly come back, bring wiggles, movements into your body. And then eventually roll to one side, fetal position. And as you roll into your fetal position, just feel into the nurturing nature of the pose. Really let yourself kind of soak some of that in. Use your arms to slowly find your way up into a seat. And hands to your heart, eyes closed. Just bow your head to your heart in acknowledgement and gratitude. thank you guys so much for being here and letting me guide you through your practice today. The light in me sees and reflects the light in you. Namaste. Okie dokie, artichokes.
Thanks, Katie.
You're so welcome. You're so advanced, everyone. Advanced. Okay. Hi, Marlia. Thanks for joining.
Thank you.
Have a lovely rest of your day. Mwah.
Bye.